Welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. I'm sorry, I am late to the party. I had a meeting that ran over today. But I is here. We are live, and we are going to go live for the full hour. I'm trying to get Twitch up and activated. But IG Live is up and activated. Hey, Tyler Baby. Hey, ASW, Diva Life. Welcome to the chat. We're going to get into it in a second. Like I said, I am running behind, so I apologize. Did you hear? And Tyler, I don't know how close you are to this. I know you live in South Carolina, but did you see the story with the South Carolina jury found the convenience store owner, Rick Chow, not guilty of the 2023 shooting death of 14-year-old, I don't know how to say his name, Cyrus Carmack-Belton. Did y'all hear this story? They're referencing it to almost like the situation with Trayvon Martin. But yeah, that is what we are talking about today. I'm gonna play some audio back in a second, so I can get your thoughts on how you feel about this. Hey, Mama, running a little bit behind. The meeting ran behind, so. But we are definitely talking about this South Carolina man getting off for the shooting of a 14-year-old boy. Accused him of trying to steal a water, but then chased him and his son. So this story is crazy. Again, give me a second. I'm trying to get us acclimated on Twitch, and then we can get into it. So hold on, bear with me. I apologize. Then I'll play the audio. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, they're saying my caption on Twitch is too long. So I apologize. I'm not ready. I'm not ready today. All right, here we go. That should be good. All right. Whew. Welcome. Discussions with Dee Parker. We are now active on Twitch, IG Live, and thank you to the folks that run this back and play it on YouTube. I super duper appreciate you. And if you have not already liked, subscribed, and followed, please make sure you like, subscribe, and follow to Discussions with Dee Parker. All right. Are you familiar with the story? Mama, I know you are because we talked about it, but I'm going to play this audio back. Take a listen.
Defendant Chi Rick Chow as to the charge of murder, not guilty. Fine number 302, four-person, June the 1st, 2026. Madam Forelady, was this your verdict and the verdict of the entire jury?
Yes, ma'am, it was.
Thank you.
That's his mom. Just a sad story overall. But so a South Carolina jury has found Rick Chow not guilty of the murder and shooting death of 14-year-old, I believe he's Cyrus Carmack-Belton. I might be saying his name wrong. Now, the case, they're saying, made national news after prosecutors claim Chow chased the 14-year-old boy more than 130 yards from his store before shooting the teen in the back. Authorities said the confrontation began after the 14-year-old was accused of stealing 4 bottles of water, but surveillance footage later showed the teen had picked up the bottles and put them back before leaving the store. Is this another Trayvon Martin situation that we have on our hands here? Hey, Swisher. Not sure if you're familiar with this story about the gas station owner that was found not guilty in a fatal shooting of a South Carolina 14-year-old boy. A teen was shot in the back while fleeing water theft accusations. So that is what we are chatting about today on Discussions with Dee Parker. What are your thoughts into this case? If you are familiar with what is going on, let me know how you feel. This is, to me, sounds like another Trayvon Martin situation where old boy was trying to justify his rationale for what he did. The defense argued the shooting was justified, claiming the 14-year-old boy pointed a firearm at Chow's son, what up, Swisher, son during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. However, prosecutors pointed out that witnesses who supported that version of events were members of the Chow family, while several other witnesses said that they never saw a gun in the 14-year-old boy's hands. Juries immediately sided with the defense and returned a not guilty verdict. Swisher, we're talking about on Discussions with Dee Dee Parker today. Are you familiar with this story? It's kind of been all over the news, all over social media. A South Carolina jury founded a former convenience store owner. He was a gas station owner, Rick Chow, not guilty of the murder and shooting death of a 14-year-old boy. And they're saying that the case made national news after prosecutors claimed Chow chased the 14-year-old boy more than 130 yards. Hey, love, yours. Then shot the boy in the back. So, new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. Talking about this case with the 14-year-old boy that was shot by a gas station worker and was just found not guilty. I believe the verdict came down yesterday. Mama said, shaking my head, there is nothing justified about killing someone who has left the store. And they're saying that the accusations from other witnesses' accounts wasn't even factual, that the boy was trying to put the bottles of water back before leaving the store. He wasn't trying to steal anything. Swisher said, how he get off on that? Because he ain't black. You want me to be honest with you, Swisher? Because the man that did the shooting wasn't black and he shot another black boy. Should I keep going? Okay. But yeah. They said it was justified. The prosecutors argued that the 14-year-old was running away when he was shot. And that multiple witnesses testified that they never saw him point a gun at anyone. Investigators also told jurors that there was no evidence that the 14-year-old boy threatened Rick Chow or his son before the fatal shooting was fired. The defense argued the shooting was justified, claiming the 14-year-old boy pointed a firearm at Chow's son during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. My question is, if you're in fear of your life, why would you then go chasing somebody with a firearm? I'm just asking. The defense argued... Oh, okay, I read that already. However, prosecutors pointed out that that witnesses who supported the version of events were members of Chow's family, while several other witnesses said they never saw a gun in the 14-year-old boy's hands. Mama said, when is it okay to chase someone and shoot them in the back? I said black people should never shop at that again. I was looking at some stuff online, and I don't know how true it is because, things are AI generated now, where it looked like that some folks took some street justice and messed up his little gas station. I don't, again, know how true it is, but it looked that way. Swisher said, because the boy was black in South Carolina, Mama said to you, Swisher, because the boy was black in South Carolina. Swisher said, need to set that store on fire. It looks like they vandalized it, but then again, I don't know, again, because a lot of this stuff be AI generated, so I'm not 100% sure how accurate that video was that I saw on the internet of what they did, because then I saw something else where the cops had a heavy police presence because they was already expecting folks to act a certain type of way in regards to that. But Mama said boycott the store, put him out of business. A black person will never be treated fairly in South Carolina or any southern state. I say boycott them all because don't none of them for real. I mean, if we really want to be honest, them folks don't really like us. But all they businesses is in black neighborhoods, Chinese stores, hair stores, I'm just saying. And yet we still go and we support and we patronize these folks. And they don't really care for us. Anyway, Swisher said, Mama said to use Swisher. That's why I said to burn it down. That's what I said, burn it down. And Swisher said, hey, Mama. Hey, at Saraceno. But I'm saying, if we're going to do it, we need to do it across the board. Because realistically, to be honest, they don't really care for our culture. They want us to buy. They like our buying power. They like our spending power. Yeah, come over here and get these wigs. Yeah, come over here and get your nails and toes done. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna cap. Going to them is cheaper than going to my own people because, baby, nails, toes, my black, like my sisters, but some of y'all be taxing ridiculous on that stuff. And then some of y'all don't even do toes. Talk about you don't do toes, you just do nails. You don't want this money. So, anyway, but that's another story for another day. New folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. Sad story out of South Carolina, talking about this man that basically got off. A gas station owner, Rick Chow, was found not guilty of the murder in the 2023 shooting death of a 14-year-old boy in South Carolina. They're saying, according to the Neighborhood Talk, this case made national news after prosecutors claim Chow chased the 14-year-old more than 130 yards from the store before shooting the teen in the back. Authorities said that the confrontation began after the 14-year-old was accused of stealing 4 bottles of water. But surveillance footage later showed the teen had picked up the bottles and then put them back before leaving the store. During trial, they're saying prosecutors argued that the 14-year-old boy was running away when he was shot, and that multiple witnesses testified they never saw him point a gun at anyone. Investigators told jurors that there was no evidence that the 14-year-old threatened Mr. Chow or his son before the fatal shot was fired. The defense argued that the shooting was justified, claiming the 14-year-old pointed a firearm at Chow's son during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. However, prosecutors pointed out that witnesses who supported this version of events were members of his family, the Chow family, and that they never even saw the 14-year-old boy with a gun. So, come to this conclusion. To conclude, the jury sided with the Chow family, and he was found not guilty. So, they're saying the shooting sparked protests throughout Columbia, South Carolina, and remain a major topic in the community. So, Swisher said, South Carolina definitely give me racist vibes when I go there. You know what? No, I take that back. I've been to South Carolina. I've been to Myrtle Beach. I've been to the touristy area. But I used to do a show in Greenville, South Carolina on jams there. I never got a chance to visit the market, so I don't know how racist they were and weren't. But I can imagine, because I've been to Tennessee before. And baby, I felt so uncomfortable in Tennessee. I think I was out there for, was it a wedding? It wasn't a wedding. It was something we were doing out there. It was a group trip. We went out there. And you should have saw the way that they looked at us in that elevator like we did not belong, child. I could not wait. And I think it just depends on where you go, because I'm not sure if it's all of Tennessee, but where we was at, baby, you could feel it. You could feel the tension coming off of them. They like, if you don't get your from around here before that sun go down, you gonna be in trouble. Let me stop. No, they didn't say that. They didn't say that, child. Anyway, so just a tragic story overall. But what do you feel? What are your thoughts on this? Folks are saying that he basically got away with murder. This is basically another Trayvon Martin situation. What are your thoughts? How do you feel? Swisher, is it all of Tennessee? It might be, child. But the part I went to, Swisher, definitely. I could feel the smoke coming off them. Woo, baby. They was ready. They like, if you don't get from yonder hill, you don't belong. You don't belong. That's how I felt. I felt like, that was the first time ever I felt like I didn't belong somewhere. Tennessee. I was like, oh yeah, we in the South. We deep in the South. See, Georgia's a little differently because Atlanta is like a black Mecca. blackness, Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? So you would think that it's like that in all of Georgia, but no. You go to some of them outskirts. Okay. I remember when I was working in Birmingham, it was somewhere they told me not to go after dark. They was like, baby, do not go here after dark. You're gonna be in trouble. So mama says, so he gets away with killing a innocent boy. It looks like he's about to be a George Zimmerman too, because yeah, once they can't, that would be double jeopardy if they tried him again. So yeah, it looks like he's finna walk away scot clear and clean with no repercussions. I mean, there might be some repercussions because black folks ain't doing none of that. We ain't about to lay down. So Swisher said, yeah, no. Swisher, yeah, you couldn't go to this certain town in Birmingham or county in Birmingham. They warned me. I can't remember the county. I have to call up my homeboy, Stickman, CJ the Stickman, who stay out there. He warned me, and a few other people was like, baby, that ain't what you want. Do not enter into that county after dark, after dusk, okay? And if you do, you enter at your own risk. I can't remember the damn county. I have to call my homeboy and ask him. But no, he wasn't playing. He was like, no, I'm telling you. He was like, the folks that have entered after dusk, yeah, it didn't end well for them. So, but getting back to this, it looks like this is about to be another Trayvon Martin situation. And I did see online people are doing like picture to picture with Trayvon and this young boy here. Mama said, why do they get to walk free with no consequences? Damn shame. The only consequences that I can see for this is, like you said, boycotting. But maybe the louder message is we don't just boycott this man. We boycott all the these, no disrespect, because it's not all of them that don't like black people. But a lot of them, they don't respect or like black people. And I ain't just saying this because of Menace to Society when she said, I feel sorry for your mother. Okay, that's one of my favorite parts on Menace to Society. Anyway, but yeah, no, they don't really care for us anyway, you know. They rude, some of them, you know, not very polite. And them the ones that's doing the nails. They doing the nails, what is it, the toes, you know. I feel like it needs to be a boycott across the board. But how many of y'all gonna give up old Ling Ling to boycott and protest? And no disrespect, I ain't trying. But how many of you gonna give up Ling Ling? Okay? Now get your nails done by Ling Ling and them. And really boycott and protest to show these folks that the black dollar does matter. And they do. This man is a gas station owner. No, not now. Black person should be stepping foot in this man's gas station or patronizing with this man or his business. What up, got you, Open ENT? Welcome to Discussions with Dee Park. I don't know if you saw this story. Swisher said, I don't know about that. I like my Chinese food. I get it, Swisher, so do I. But sacrifices must be made. But new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Parker. We are chatting today about a 14-year-old boy who was gunned down and killed by, what is this man's name? Rick Chow. In South Carolina, he was just found not guilty of killing this 14-year-old boy in the shooting that took place in 2023, the shooting death of this 14-year-old boy. So, what up, FA? We'll get into it because we got more folks hopping on, and I apologize. Come on, I got you. You don't ever gotta ask if you can join. You are always welcome to join. Come on to the party. I'll invite you in. What up, FA? We got a good one.
Yo.
I definitely want to hear your opinion on this one. 14-year-old boy. We'll start with this. The South Carolina jury, I don't know if you saw this story, has found former gas station owner Rick Chow not guilty of murder in the 2023 shooting death of the 14-year-old boy. Now, the case they said made national news after prosecutors claimed Chow chased the 14-year-old boy more than 130 yards from his store before shooting the teen in the back. Authorities said that the confrontation began after the 14-year-old was accused of stealing 4 bottles of water, but surveillance footage later showed the teen had picked up the bottles and put them back before leaving the store. All right, hold on. Prosecutors argued that the 14-year-old was running away when he was shot, and that multiple witnesses testified they never saw him point a gun at anyone. Investigators also told jurors that there was no evidence that the 14-year-old boy threatened Rick Chow or his son before the fatal shooting. The defense argued that the shot was justified, claiming that the 14-year-old boy pointed a firearm at Chow's son during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. However, prosecutors pointed out that witnesses who supported that version of events were members of the Chow family, while several other witnesses say they never saw a gun in the 14-year-old boy's. Ultimately, the verdict came back that this man, Rick Chow, who is of Asian descent, um, was found not guilty of shooting this young 14-year-old black boy. So, what are your thoughts on this?
Did the boy have a gun?
They never proved that. So let me go back to what was said, because one side of his family saying that he had the gun.
No. I'm saying that the police find a gun.
They never said if they found a gun or anything at all.
What's his name again?
The boy,
Yeah, what's the case name again?
the guy's name is Rick Chow. He's
Okay.
South Carolina. He just got off for let you back in. He just got off for killing this 14-year-old boy. This happened back in 2023. Whatever got you open ENT? Are you familiar with this case? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
He's spinning. Got you. You spinning.
Mm.
Hold on, I'm gonna let you back in. Got you open ENT. You're spinning. You didn't know about this story, huh?
I've been seeing it on the internet. I just didn't look at it. I seen like the little Asian man in the courtroom, but I never like clicked on it and actually looked. No matter death, a risk.
Swisher said, so someone said he pointed a gun? Yes. Swisher said, why is the NAACP not on top of this? Good question. And Mama said, killing a black person is less a crime than killing an animal. And Swisher said, I don't know about that. I like my Chinese food. You got to sacrifice for the cause.
Y'all niggas crazy.
You got to sacrifice for the cause. Come on now. Mama said the boy was running. They chased him, not justified at all. I think they're trying to say, Mama, if he had a gun, then they're right, FA? That's what you're trying to figure out.
I'm trying
If
to figure
he
that
had
out. That's what's going to change a lot of things. If he didn't have a gun, then 100% this is not justified. But if he had a gun, then it changes things. It still doesn't mean it's justified, but then the details will change the if somebody had the right to do what he did or not.
yeah. The story is still,
Oh, he did have a gun. So
they're
prosecutors,
saying he
however,
did have a gun.
argue, and they said how prosecutors, however, argue that the gun had fallen to the ground during the chase. That child didn't see it before shooting. They also presented eyewitness testimony and surveillance video showing Carmack-Belton running away without displaying a ensure the defense's case rely heavily on the claim the Carmack was armed and pointing a gun on Chow while
Actually, Open-T said he never
prosecute
pointed a gun.
disputes
I'm trying to let you back
contains
to Open-T. Hey, Mr. Miller.
contain Chow acting.
New folks, discussions with Parker. FA's just reading up on what we're talking about. We're talking about this case of where the man, Mr. Rick Chow, convenience store gas station owner, was just recently not convicted of the murder of a 14-year-old boy. Hey, Tasha. So I'll read this again for the new folks on here who are not familiar with the case. So, a South Carolina jury has found former convenience store owner Rick Chow not guilty of the murder in the 2023 shooting death of a 14-year-old boy. The case made national news after prosecutors claimed Chow chased the 14-year-old boy more than 130 yards from his store before shooting the teen in the back. Authorities said the confrontation began after the 14-year-old was accused of stealing 4 bottles of water, but surveillance footage later showed the teen had picked up the bottles and put them back before leaving the store. During the trial, prosecutors argued that the 14-year-old boy was running away when he was shot and that multiple witnesses testified they never saw him point a gun at anyone. Investigators also told jurors that there was no evidence that the 14-year-old boy had threatened Rick Chow or his son before they fatally shot him. Now, the defense, of course, argued that the shooting was justified, claiming that he did point a gun at Chow's son during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. However, now if he pointed a gun while he was being chased, I mean, come on
Gonna
now,
get popped. So this is
come
the
on
issue
now.
that I'm having. This is the issue that I'm having.
I see you got your open AT.
Let's work
But he
with.
didn't point the gun
Let's
while he
go
was
through the.
being chased.
No, no, no. That's what he meant. That's allegedly. Now, this is the issue. Why does the boy have a gun? Why
Um,
does
I'm
this
still
14-year-old
trying to
old
figure
boy
out
have a gun?
because you're saying you saw where they said he did have a gun. This one is saying here that there was no evidence of the boy having a gun
Pointing a gun.
or
No,
pointing a
it
gun.
said pointing a gun. It didn't say he didn't have one. It just said he didn't point one on
He didn't
video.
point. He never pointed the gun, and
No,
he
no,
went
no. On
going
video.
so hard and so fast that when he dropped the gun, that the gun wound up chipping when it hit the ground.
So why does he
And
have a
it's
gun?
and I don't know why that 14-year-old had that gun. And I mean that part I can't answer, but it still doesn't justify why that young man was shot and killed on his back.
It explains it.
How does it explain it?
Because he shouldn't have no gun in the first place.
So that justifies him getting shot in the back while he's running away.
I said it
He didn't.
explains it. I didn't say it justified it. It explains it.
But the store owner didn't know he had a gun. He got, you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
He never
yes, he
pointed it.
did.
No, he did. He never pointed it.
Listen,
They never saw the gun
l-
in the store.
listen. When you're listening to the facts, y'all need to know the difference between something that's proven and something that happened. Just because something wasn't proven don't mean it didn't happen. They said they don't have video footage of him pointing the gun. That don't mean he didn't point the gun. That don't mean he did point the gun. It just means they don't have any footage or evidence that says that. That don't mean it didn't happen. That just means it didn't happen on camera. One, two, if he end up having a gun, how did the owner know he had a gun?
Because when he was running away and the gun fell, the son seen it because it was the son of the owner that chased it. And the
Where
son
does
said
it
he
say
got a
that?
gun.
Or
No,
where
they
does it
did
say
chase
that?
him. They did chase him.
No,
No,
they
no,
And
no,
they
no,
chased
no,
said
him.
no, 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 no. Where did it say that that's where they seen him with the gun first?
In the testimony, because I looked up I was
Oh,
reading the
so they said
testimony.
they didn't. So they said they didn't see him. Like
Right.
I didn't know. They did
Oh
not
yeah,
ever
yeah.
see this
So
boy
while
with a
he was in
gun.
the store, they never saw a gun on him.
So they. So I want to be clear, and I'm just. I don't know the facts. So y'all
No, no,
help
I
me.
got you.
He never seen a gun. They thought he stole some water, but in fact he put the water back. But they, in their mind, they thought he stole some water. They chased after him with a gun. With a gun. He just happened, which he never displayed, and they never knew he had a gun. That gun just happened to fall on
While
the
he was running, he
ground
tripped.
during the
No, he
chase.
while he was running,
Right.
he tripped. He fell out his shoes,
And then
and
the
that
gun fell to the
and the
ground.
gun fell out his
And
bag.
then the owner shot him.
And then his son said, "Oh, he got a gun," and then that's when the owner shot him.
Well, let me just say this. This is the consequences of making bad decisions, like attempting, let's assume that he may have attempted to be stealing the water, right? And now he has a gun on top of that. You know what I mean? You play dumb games, you get dumb prizes. I'm not saying that the man should have shot him. I'm not even saying the man should have chased him out of the store. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he should have done that, to be honest. Guess I'm looking at it. This is the difference. Whether the man was right or wrong, based on what you tell me, it sounds like the owner was wrong. But I don't know. I probably need to read it for myself. But it sounds like the store owner was wrong. That don't make that young boy no less dead. Right or wrong, that boy dead. So
Yeah, facts.
instead of me focusing on Mr. Child, Mr. Child, whatever his name is, which he could be wrong, we got to address our community. Why does he have a gun? Why is he stealing from the store? Why is he having a gun? We got to stop looking at the reaction, looking at the action. We can look at both. I'm sorry, but we got, how about this? We got to stop putting as much emphasis on the reaction until we look at the action. We got to stop saying, well, he slapped him in the face and then she shot him. Why would he shoot him? Why would he slap him in the face? We got to stop putting emphasis on that too. Both are equally as wrong. That's not gonna say equally, but both need to be addressed. That's all I'm saying. Both need to be addressed. How about this? How about this? I'm gonna give y'all one quick example. Hey, I have a license to carry a gun anywhere I want. They look the part of the stereotypical drug dealer, whatever you want to call it. When I'm off duty, when I'm not at work, I look dressed. I wear clothes. I don't look like I should have a gun because I'm aware of that. I'm interacting with law enforcement or I'm interacting with certain people because I know how I may be perceived. I am conscious of that because my family is not going to care. All they're going to care about is I'm dead. They ain't gonna give a fuck why I'm dead. They're gonna care that I'm gone. Their primary job, their primary care is me not being dead, not me being wrongfully killed, because they just want me to come home. So in those situations, I'm gonna conduct myself in a way. Hey, listen, I got a gun on me. It's on my right hand hip. I'm gonna be yelling and screaming at law enforcement when I want to create any agitation. I'm going to be the one that makes sure that, and if I get killed, it won't be because of anything that I did. It will be completely them out of control. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that child wasn't. You know what I mean? Because it sounds like what you're saying. It does sound like he was completely wrong in the sense of him chasing them down and shooting them. But the boy had a gun on him. He shouldn't have a gun on him. He's period. And he shouldn't be stealing out of his store. Even if he didn't successfully steal, he shouldn't even been going in that store taking waters or acting like he was going to take waters or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So know that boy, based on what you're telling me, know that boy shouldn't have got shot. That's based on what you're telling me. If he been in there with a gun, to believe and be honest. Find out how to believe that that man never seen him with a gun. The story doesn't sound. The story sounds like he knew he had a gun. You see what I'm saying? That, to me, I could be wrong though, but it sounds like he knew he had a gun. That's why he was chasing him. In my opinion, you see what I'm saying? But maybe he just one of them crazy people that just, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I know a video just surfaced of that same store owner locking some young black girls in the store while he
Hmm.
beat up one of the girls
Right,
because they was talking back to him and he tried to short them their change.
right, right. And
And he locked
that's
them in the
not okay.
store.
Yeah, that's not
So
okay.
like so now
So there's a history of it.
exactly like you got a pattern in the history
Yeah, I
and you
agree.
doing something to these young black children. So
No,
you should
it's
have
a
been boycotted.
hold on. You talking about this particular Asian man, or you talking about
Yes.
Asian people?
No, no,
Oh,
that
him.
particular Asian man. Yes. Yes.
Well, let me just say this. Let me play devil's advocate.
Okay.
People have a history of stealing from these stores too. I mean,
Hold on.
I'm not, I'm telling you, I was young too.
Yeah,
We have a
likewise.
history of stealing. There's a reason why they keep following us around the store. I mean, I can't act like that don't exist. It's
Right.
not right, but we do steal from these stores. So come on, y'all. Let's not act like we
Hold on.
innocent.
Because we got a lot of comments. Mama said, how do we know that the gun didn't belong to one of them? Tasha said, I was upset about that. Mama said, "How is it justified if he left the store and for them to chase him?
It's
It's South,
unjustified.
it's South Carolina. It's not a crime to have a gun. Um,
Yes,
if
it
At
is
he
when you're
14 it is.
14. Yes, it is when you're 14.
At
Go ahead.
14 it is.
if he was if they were so scared, why were they chasing him?" And Mama said, but he didn't steal the water. Chinese people always think black people stealing. They are racist people. They follow you around a store even if you don't look the part. You're
Listen,
making it seem like the boy did everything wrong. You can do everything right and still be killed. Hey, Joey Cakes.
well, don't go outside. And secondly, I'm just addressing the situation. You know what I mean? I'm just addressing the situation and I'm
I mean,
implementing
so
self-known knowledge. I know that we steal out of stores.
yeah, I mean,
No,
but
we
see,
do.
who's to say he was even stealing? They say he picked up the water and then put it back and then walked out
Yeah.
the store.
No, we're making that assumption. We're kind of all
Right. So
making
the
that
assumption
assumption.
is,
Well,
oh,
no,
he was about to steal
it
that water.
it said it in this
No,
that
why did he
he
pick up the water and then put them down?
I
hold
pick up
on.
stuff and I realize I don't want it and I put it down.
It
No, no, no,
said
no, no.
that
So you go in the stores, pick up stuff, and then put it and don't. I mean, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying it's not likely. People usually buy what they grab. That's all. What you're
so
saying is it's a possibility.
so FA, according to, it says surveillance footage later showed the teen had picked up the bottles and put them back before leaving the store. Joey Cakes, new folks, welcome to Discussions with Dee Dee Parker. We're talking about this gas station owner who was found not guilty in the fatal shooting of a 14-year-old boy in South Carolina after the teen was shot in the back while fleeing water theft accusations. Um, so it is saying that according to surveillance that he picked up the bottles and then he put the bottles back. So why even chase him if he did all that?
No, I agree with that. See, that's the part where I don't understand. I don't know why he chased them out of the store. That was to me. I don't see any justification in him chasing him out of the store and chasing them down. I don't say
My personal opinion,
while being armed. I don't see how he's able to do that because he's not in fear of his life. He's not in fear of his life. He's chasing their assailant. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see no justification in him chasing him down. You know what I'm saying? Where I do think it is, this is where, listen, y'all. Y'all know it's not a crime to chase somebody.
No, we know that.
This is the consequence of having a gun. Because this is what happens.
But if
nobody
Y'all
you're
knew
look,
he had the gun
let me
until
tell
he
you,
fell.
it don't matter. He didn't shoot him until he seen the gun either, or until he allegedly the
I
gun
mean,
fell.
if you my theory, again, we don't know facts, we wasn't there. If you're gonna chase this young man out the store, leaving the store unattended, you and your son, my true belief is you had all intentions to kill that young man.
I don't agree with that. I think
You
a
walk with
person
your
can.
gun. He walks with his gun on his hip.
Yeah, yeah. Some people carry their gun all the time. It's a carry
So,
state.
like, why would you? Other than that, why would you chase that young man out that store?
He could
yeah.
be. He could be. Listen, and this is usually what I'm not. Listen, I'm giving to give us a different, a wider perspective, and not so narrow minded. But
Right.
because it's one of us, because I get it. These stores have a history of being stolen from. Period.
Okay, I got you.
Sometimes these owners get fed up because
Of
they're not
course.
making a lot of money. Then they lash out. This could have been a moment where he was so upset he lashed out. Now,
But you have a
we
history of this,
hold
though.
on. Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. Right. But I'm just kind of talking about this one.
Okay.
So if he has a history of lashing out, it sounds like he has a history of his store being stolen from. Right? Is that not reasonable to assume?
I would take that assumption.
So, you know what I'm saying? So this is where the issue of him having a gun, because if he chases him down, he grabs this little kid, and this little kid, 14-year-old boy, not little kid, teenager, grabs this teenager, and he don't have a gun. He, he probably wouldn't have shot him. I don't know for sure, but because he probably would have shook him down if he actually stole something else. You see what I'm saying? Because remember, a lot of this evidence is after the fact. He might have never even seen him put the waters back. See what I'm saying? He don't. He might not. We don't know that. Y'all just saying the video shows that he put the waters back. That don't mean that the owner of the store knew that he put the waters back. He
The
could have
son said
assumed
he
that he
seen him put the
still.
water back.
Okay, maybe he thought he stole something else. I don't know. I'm just playing devil's advocate.
And I got
And he
you.
shook him down. That he had a gun now. a legal gun carrying patriot to be able to use deadly force when they see it now. See what I'm saying? Not necessarily when they see it, but they claim that the boy pointed it at him, right?
No
Yes,
one's
they
ever
do.
said that. They never said that he pointed the gun.
Yes, they do. The little boy, Didi. Didn't you say
It
the
said
son?
prosecutors argue the 14-year-old was running away when he was shot, and that multiple witnesses testified they never saw him point a gun at anyone. Investigators also told jurors that there was no evidence that the 14-year-old threatened Rick Chow or his son before the fatal shot was fired. But the defense argued the shooting was justified, claiming that the 14-year-old boy pointed a firearm at Chow's
Okay,
son
I thought so. Yeah.
during the chase, causing Chow to fear for his son's life. And of course, I'm looking at this video of him in the store, what the
Oh, you
interaction.
got the video? You got the
Yes,
video?
yes.
Can you
Let
show
me
it?
see if I yes, let me see if I can show
Yeah.
it one good time. Joey Cake said they trashed his store, and Mama says
Yeah.
pick
A
pick
life
up
for a
some.
bottle of water. I agree. That's
Mama,
ridiculous.
right? A
But
life
trash
for
in the store, that all he gonna do now is get the insurance money.
that's it. All right, y'all
If
ready
he
to
got
see
if
this
he got
video?
insurance on his store.
Let me see if I can.
And he's
Okay.
under witness protection.
He asked him. All right, Fa.
Yeah, I was looking. I was trying to find it myself, but nonetheless, I agree that
Hey, Scotty.
if the boy, the man shouldn't have ran out of the store. You see what I'm saying?
Who the 14-year-old boy shouldn't have ran out of the store?
No, Mr. Child.
Oh, Mr. Chow. Okay.
I think though he has a right to retrieve his property if he felt like something stole out of his store. Though, you know what I mean? That's where it gets tricky, because if you steal from me, that person has like somebody. If I walk up to you, let's say you selling. Oh, you used to sell T-shirts and stuff, right?
Mm,
Let's say you got a
so yeah.
stand. Okay,
Hmm.
cool. And you sold T-shirts and stuff like that. And I come up to you, knock your shirts off your table, and I run. You know you have the right to chase me, right?
I do. No, I didn't know that.
You don't. Well, it's not illegal for you to chase me to try to
No, it's not
retrieve
illegal
your
to chase
property.
anybody.
That's what I'm
Right.
saying. So
Yeah.
if I fall down to the ground. Oh, hold on. This is where it gets tricky. If you tell the police, and there's no video, but you tell the police when I was running from you, I grabbed my gun and I pointed it back at you while you was running. And you put out your gun and you popped me. But there's no video. Doesn't mean it didn't happen.
No, it doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Is it who doesn't it? Let's say the little boy ain't black. Let's just remove race. What would seem more believable? The person that's out there conducting and having a business trying to sell products, and then someone trying to attempt to steal, and then them running away from them, you, and them having actually a gun on them. They end up actually having a gun on them, and you want me to believe this person didn't point it at me. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna look at the person who was a law-abiding citizen, and kind of take their word a little bit more. You know what I mean? And say, well, shoot, why does this 14-year-old boy have a gun? Where did he get the gun from? Why does he have a gun on him? And why is this person accusing him of pointing a gun at him for no reason? Am I just supposed to assume he's lying? So
But
do you think that this bit? I
what
don't
if
think
it's
DD
like
woke
Mama
up.
said? What if the gun belonged to them and they trying to lie and say that it belonged to this young boy?
I don't. Okay, I don't believe in conspiracy theories like that
You-
anymore. They have DNA. They have DNA tracking. They have so many things where they have gunpowder residue. So when you shoot a gun, every time you shoot a gun, there will be gunpowder residue on your
But
fingers.
what if
This
he
is.
hasn't shot that gun? Well, you're talking about if that store owner shot the gun, it would trace back to him. I got
It
you, or
was
his
going to
son.
trace back to him or his
Yeah,
son. If that's not his gun, first of all, they have something called ballistics angle evidence where they can tell what angle was shot and like based on the trajectory of the bullets and all of that type of stuff. This is not the 20s. Like they have so much advancement in how
yeah.
to solve crime. It's no more like that wasn't his gun. Okay, if that wasn't his gun, and I guarantee you his DNA wouldn't be on the gun. I bet that 14-year-old boy's DNA was on that gun. I bet his DNA
I
was on
just
that gun.
I want to know because they don't really say. I mean, they say that they don't say that a gun was found on scene. That's where I'm confused at. The
No,
defense
I
argues
found
that.
it.
What you
I
say?
found it. I found it.
Discussions with Diddy Parker. That's bad. Couldn't get it out. We've been chatting about gas station owner. I want to say his name is what is his name? Rich Chow.
Chow. Chow.
Some Chow. Rick Chow.
Rick Chow.
Rick Chow. He was found not guilty yesterday of the shooting of a 14-year-old. I don't want to say his name. After the teen was shot in the back while fleeing from water theft accusations. So, a lot of people upset about this verdict of Mr. Rick Chow being found not guilty. A lot of people comparing this. Hey, DJ Soulstar. A lot of folks comparing this to the George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin situation.
Well, I just looked at the video.
What?
Yeah, I don't. I think this was the wrong verdict. Mr. Rick, seen his face. They went out there to. I'm not saying they went out there to kill him, but they went out there angry. You know
They
what I'm
did.
saying? And they went out there and listen. I'm assuming the video is that's it. The man was in there for 2 seconds. He went in
Yeah.
there. He
Yeah.
put his book bag down. The sign that he put his book bag down lets me know that they still out the store all the time. Not him per
Okay.
se, but people still
Yeah.
out the store all the time. That's why they make children take their book bag off. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Even around here where I live at, the 7-Elevens, the stores will say no more than two kids can be in the store at the same time. They don't even
Okay.
allow like five of them to be in at the same time because they
Okay.
can't watch all of them, right? And they fucking steal all the time. So the fact that he put his book bag down, they told him to put his book bag down. They let me know they must still out that store all the time. Cool.
Mhm.
He goes in there, he grabs water bottles, which was weird, and then he puts them right back. Like literally grabs them, puts them right back. They like he he. It makes me think he does have a gun on him because he don't want to lift his shirt up, but that's neither here nor there. He was just letting them know I don't have no water bottles. You would be able to see the bulge in my
Right.
hoodie if I had a water bottle, right? So he's letting them know he had no water. He walks out. Don't there's no other area where he could have stole anything else. You know what I'm saying? He literally
Yeah.
just walked straight back, grabbed his book bag. So it's not reasonable for them to assume he stole anything else, especially when you had that woman hovering over him the whole time. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You saw that,
So
right?
yeah, I seen that. So and the you know what makes me nervous though? I don't know why he ran like that though. You know what I mean? Like I mean the only thing that was like, why did he run like that? Like I'm thinking when I was 14, I wouldn't have ran from them. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't have ran, but
Maybe he
that
ran because he might have been scared, the little boy.
maybe it's a possibility because he ran 100. So he did run.
You
So
got
that's
two grown, it looked like the son is a grown ass man.
yeah,
Two
he was
grown ass
yeah.
men running
Coming.
after you. You like, wait, hold on, what's going on here? And if he had a gun, why he didn't pull it if they was running after him?
This is the only issue. I'm with you in the spirit that it seems like they had bad intentions. You know what I'm saying? I'm with you in that. This is just where it gets bad. And us as black people, we keep putting ourselves in these situations. The fact that you have a gun on you allows a person to even lie and say you pointed it at him.
Yeah.
W-
Even if you
The
didn't.
fact, even if you didn't,
Yeah.
because the law has to be neutral. They have to be able to consider what this person is saying just as much as what you are saying. And if this person has a lawful weapon and you're not supposed to have a weapon at all, you know what I'm saying? And so it's not going to be unreasonable for them to start leaning like, yeah, why did you have a gun though? You see what I'm,
Yeah.
this is just what they're going to think. And maybe you did point it at them because maybe you were afraid that they were going to find out you had a gun. Who knows? I don't know. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we put ourselves in these situations where it's like, yes, it does look like Asian man had bad intentions from the beginning. Like it looked
Yeah.
like they was going.
Yeah.
But then we get on camera. Now we don't know what the truth is, but this is what we do know. We do know you had a gun that you wasn't supposed to have, and we do know that he said you pointed it at him. And when you pointed it at him,
That's when he decided to
that's when they
shoot.
shot. You see,
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, what can we do now? Because how about this, DD? If it was you and you shot a person that allegedly pointed a gun at you, you would be like, it doesn't matter. There ain't no footage. I'm telling you that the person pointed a gun at me,
Yeah.
and that's why I
That's
shot him. So it's
that's
one of them
not true.
situations where we put ourselves in this situation. He shouldn't have had a gun. He just shouldn't have had a gun. That don't mean that the dude wasn't wrong. I just can't tell you if he's wrong or not because I don't know the truth. I don't know the truth.
But but
I
you
don't.
did say it.
I'm
I
with
mean,
you. I don't like the energy from the beginning though. I just
yeah,
was that
because
just
it
ticked me
reminded me
off.
of
Which is,
what's the movie Menace to Society, where they was following
mhm.
Lorenz Tate. They talk about
Yeah.
hurry up and buy or
Right,
whatever.
right.
It
Hurry up and
reminded me
buy. Hurry up and buy.
gave yeah, it gave me that energy because I'm like, first of all, I would be offended. Why are
I
you
ain't gonna
doing
lie. I
this?
understand though. I really understand. I'm sorry.
What up,
That's what
OC?
I understand. Understand. Forget them. I'm not denying that.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
not denying
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah,
What
yeah.
I'm saying is, I'm not looking at race. I'm looking at store owners, and I know that juveniles steal out of stores heavily. They do. It was so bad in DC. They used to do what they call flash mobs, where like 50 kids would just run into the 7-Eleven, steal everything, and walk out.
Oh wow.
It was so bad. It was so bad. They got rid of all the 7-Elevens in the city. We don't have any but like one 7-Eleven now.
Oh wow.
And then they all went out of business.
Yeah, for the most part. Yep. Mm.
You see what I'm saying? They just all moved. They like this is not profitable. And what people don't realize is when you steal, you don't get money back from insurance through theft. Not for petty theft. Not for the candy
So
bars
you
and
have to
sodas.
eat those losses.
Yes, that's why these businesses be going out of. That's why they get worked out because they not making no money. They losing all their products. You see what I'm saying? It's not you from DC. I'm from Maryland, but yeah, same thing.
Because he's from OC's from DC too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now I'm from PG County. Yeah, Forestville.
hmm but going back to folks comparing this to Trayvon Martin and George Zimmerman, this could be compared something similar. No,
So it's been so long. I can't even. We done had so many different. It's
that was
sad,
the
dog.
situation in Florida with the Skittles. He was
Right.
coming back from the store, and the neighbor shot him. The
Did he
black
have a gun on
person.
him?
No, I think he
Oh, then
lied.
that's not the same.
Well, I think they tried to say he had a gun on him, but I'm not. I'm again. I'm sketchy
No,
with
no.
the.
I think that was the one where they said he stood his ground because he was a big kid.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
That's
He
it.
shot
Yeah,
him
yeah,
because he
yeah,
stood his ground. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. No, no, no. That's not the same. 'Cause he ain't had no gun. That boy
Yeah.
ain't had no gun.
But in South Carolina, all these southern states, for the most part, are right to carry states. So
Yeah.
you have a right to carry as an adult, not as a kid.
Exactly.
Yeah, as an adult.
Exactly.
Because you
You're not
have to
supposed
be,
to.
I think, 18 here to carry. I think it's 18, but I think it's 16 for like a shot, like where they go hunting deers.
No. No,
No?
you. Oh no, you can shoot, but you can't
Yeah, where you
carry.
go hunting
No, you can
deers.
shoot though,
Yeah.
but you can't
Okay.
carry. That's not. That's in a certain area where they allow you. It's like going in a gun range. You can be
Okay.
13 and shoot in a gun range, but you can't walk out the gun range with a gun on you.
It's
You
gun.
can't do
Okay.
that. Yeah.
You could shoot at the gun range at 13?
Yes, you can be 10.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But I know they
Well,
can.
certain gun ranges may have an age requirement, but in certain places you can be any age and they'll let you shoot.
Okay, so now that you feel like Mr. Rick Chow was wrong, what should be done? Should we now be boycotting, protesting?
No, I think that we need to. Well, yeah, sure. I think in addition to boycotting, I think all the black moms and the black dads need to parents and their children being more involved, and teaching them to stop carrying guns and stuff like that. Like we need to. You know what they used to tell me all the time when I was younger? Stop giving these people ammunition.
Mm,
Because I used to do stuff,
yeah.
and they would do stuff worse, and then I would get mad at the worst, but never look at the stuff that how I contributed, giving them the ammunition to do it. We keep giving we keep giving these people ammunition. Y'all go and y'all say y'all ready to police, think the police will kill you, but every time you get around the police, y'all yelling and screaming and not doing what they say and fuck. Did you see the joint with the girl and the mom? Maybe like with the mom and her son in the car with the police officer. Police officer, it was a mom. He started yelling and screaming at this white police officer. He gave her a ticket. She threw the ticket out the window, and
Oh,
then
I
that's
did
when she
see that.
snatched her ass out the
Yeah,
car.
I did see
Right?
that. She's like, I'm not taking that ticket. I'm not taking that ticket. I did see that. I did see
That's
that.
not good parenting. Why you? Why would you? If it's already some level of trauma from the police in our community. Why would you be antagonizing, yelling, screaming, fighting, doing all of this only because you're giving them ammunition? What you don't do it. What you did is when you threw that ticket out, you gave him the right to be able to arrest you for littering. I mean, he was able to give you another maybe
Ticket, a
another
citation.
citation, but he can
Hmm.
order you out the vehicle. He can
Yeah,
order you out the vehicle. And when you refuse to order to come out the vehicle, now he can physically force you out the
that's
vehicle.
called
You're,
obstruction of justice. Yep.
and then when you resist, now he can arrest you
For
for
a resistance.
resisting.
Yep.
So you're giving him ammunition. You're just giving it to him.
But
That's all I'm
I
saying.
just feel like shooting. This boy was running away
Yeah,
from
yeah.
them
Yeah,
with
he
his
wasn't
back
long.
with his back. They shot him in the back.
We have to assume though. Listen, this is what we have to assume. We have to assume that what that what the Rick was saying could be
Rick,
true.
Rick Chow.
We have to assume that it's possible that he
I don't
planned the
know
gun.
about that, Efe, because
I know.
we just agreed that they do carry a slight, no, not slight. They are the R word.
No, no, no,
Some
no,
of
no.
them.
But but that's me talking to you. That's not me acting as a judge and a jury. If I was a judge or a jury, I would have to try to remain neutral and consider everything that they say, and I would have to just look at the facts and the evidence. That's it.
But you say because he had a gun on him.
Yeah, he
Because,
put himself, and he's dead now, so he can't give his side of the story.
that part. You
See,
know
he
what?
can't give his side of the story now.
A coworker
That's how
always
all
told
I
me
got
that.
is his. You know what I'm saying?
A coworker told me that because I guess New York they're not allowed. It's not right to
You
carry
can't
in
carry
New
a
York.
gun at all. Yeah, yeah,
Period.
absolutely not. Yeah,
So
yeah.
he said if somebody comes through your door, he said you better end up killing because it's going to
Kill
be
him.
over against theirs, and you don't want them to go to court because then yeah.
Yeah, and because guess what? If you gone, you ain't got no testimony.
And this little
All the people can go off is what I say,
and this little boy ain't got no testimony.
and
All
it's unfortunate. And it's
yeah.
another young black boy gone, and it's another, and it's another to me an opportunity. Unfortunate, but we need to teach our children to stop go carrying guns. You know what I mean? This little boy didn't steal. He didn't do nothing wrong. I'm not trying to paint him out to be a criminal. He did have a gun on him though. And he not and I'm not
Hey,
I
Helen,
don't know
Helen.
why a 14-year-old boy got a gun on him. I don't know why you
You
walking around
know
with a
I
gun at
do them
14.
like the rest of these little 14-year-olds
Hey,
carrying
well,
switches and sticks and
hey,
man.
well, that's what
I
happens then. That's
because
what
I watch
happens then.
Epic.
Because if
I
it
watch a
wasn't
lot
that
of
store owner, it might have been a police officer. A police officer might have popped him.
okay. Epic. I watch a lot of YouTube videos and these babies, these youngins. Oh my gosh,
In
the
control.
things that they
Dude,
like
yeah.
do, and then they rap about this stuff like, about killing their ops and killing their enemies, and they're doing
Yeah.
it. I'm like, oh my goodness. Hey, Healing Heart Men's Ministry, you're welcome to join if you would like to. Mama said they say Trayvon was guilty for wearing a hoodie. When does the excuses stop? And she said,
Right, because of a hoodie.
assume that the man shouldn't have chased him out the store, hired security, or called the police. He was dead wrong. Police are not even supposed to shoot if you are running away.
Yes, they can shoot you if you point a gun at them.
But they're not supposed to shoot you from the back, though.
Yes, they can. Listen, yes, they can. That's not true. So listen, in certain states they have a law called fleeing felon. You know, in the movie, have you ever seen the movie Money Talks with Chris Tucker?
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember the scene where he was in the bar, but he was in the bar, and the police officers was at the bar, and they looked at him and they were showing the video breaking out of jail from the
Oh,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
then they just started shooting at him. He was running away, and they were still shooting at him. You know
That's a
why?
movie, though, essay.
No, 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 no. I'm giving you the example. Yes, it is a movie, but I'm giving you the example. Certain states have what you call a fleeing felon, meaning where you can use deadly force against a fleeing felon. If you rob a bank, this is why
Well,
if you rob the bank, it's a felony. It doesn't matter. If you commit a felony and you're fleeing, they can shoot at you, even with at your back, and depending on the circumstances. Now, if you're not a fleeing felon, let's say you're running from a misdemeanor, which would the shoplifting would be, which would be a misdemeanor crime. You can't shoot at him for he's not a fleeing felon. But what you can do, they can shoot you in the back if they say he was running and he pointed the gun backwards at me while he was running. They can definitely shoot you right from the and if they hit you in the back, it just hit you in the back. You see what I'm saying?
but why wouldn't I be shooting at you if you're chasing me?
Why would
I
I
mean,
be shooting
he
at you?
he could make that argument. Well, they were chasing him, so that's maybe why he was shooting his gun. But they never even said shots were fired from this gun.
Yeah, yeah, but you can't shoot at people for chasing you.
I get what you're saying. Hey, Tiffany, I get what you're saying. Mama said, maybe he had it for protection. We will never know.
That's
And
unfortunate.
he was running away. Let him call the police. Why you chasing him?
I agree with
Not for
that.
not for stealing a bottle of water.
I agree with that. So I think we're on the same page with that. I think I said that I want people to listen, but I think I said not you, mom, because you probably didn't hear that, but I said to you, Didi. I mean, I just seen that video. My opinion is that I see now that that boy was innocent in the sense that he didn't do anything wrong in that store, and it did not warrant that Mr. Chow to chase after him. It did not
Yeah,
warrant that. That 100% wrong. The issue with it is me not liking what he did doesn't make what he did illegal. What he did was not illegal. Him walking out of that store looking angry is not illegal. Him chasing after that boy because he thought that he stole from him is not illegal either. That's not illegal either. But he didn't commit a crime. That's the issue. Mr. Child didn't commit a crime.
yeah. Mama said if he had a gun, why wouldn't he try and shoot them
He had
instead
a
of run?
gun.
I think that was what I was trying to say. Like, if he had the gun
Yeah.
and he realized that these two grown ass men were chasing after him, why wouldn't he just?
Because he might be
Man,
smart enough to know he can't just shoot people. I
okay.
mean, what you want? I mean, he might be smart enough to know that he's 14. He wasn't not supposed to have a gun in the first place.
If you got two grown ass men chasing after you, I would have shot one of them niggas in the leg.
Yeah,
Excuse
but
me.
two grown men chasing after you after you have been accused of doing something is not the same thing. If you've been accused or accused of stealing, and the two store owners are chasing after you, is not the same as you walking down the street and two strangers that you never met start chasing after you. That's not the same thing.
I got you.
Mm.
You just left. I get what you're saying. You're saying
Mhm.
he just came from the store. He just had an encounter with
Mm.
them. Okay.
Mm.
I don't know. This is a sad,
That's
very, very
fucked up
sad
though.
story. I wish it would have ended differently. My condolences and prayers go out to that family. Efe, do you have any final thoughts?
Yeah, man. I want us to teach. I want us parents just to holding our children accountable. I want to hold these parents accountable, but we got to become better parents because to me, it's not always a reflection of the parent, but to me, but 9 times out of 10 it is. That little boy is walking around with a gun, And for your mama to even say maybe he needed for protection. Why would a 14-year-old need a gun for protection? What's going on that you would even condone him carrying a gun for protection? If he need protection, you need to go to the police and go tell on somebody. You know what I mean? Like whatever you afraid of that you feel like you need a gun, you need to go be down to the police station and go tell, hey, listen, I'm in fear of my life to the point where I don't want to have to carry a gun because these people might do. That's what you need to do. Like that's what normal productive citizens do. They don't go around carrying illegal weapons, saying, "Yeah, but I'm afraid for my life." It doesn't matter that you're afraid; it's illegal. You don't
Yeah.
get to just take the law in your hands because you're afraid. So I want our parents to start teaching children to stop giving people ammunition. Don't give them nothing. Doing stuff that contribute to our own demise. Because this little boy is gone now. At the end of the day, this little boy is gone.
Yeah.
Period.
Mama said it's a crime because he left the store. There was no threat. So if he stood there and got shot, whose fault would it be?
It's a crime. Say that again. I couldn't see it.
She said it's a crime because he left the store. There was no threat. She's saying Mr. Chow committed a crime because he left the store. There was no threat.
What crime did he commit by leaving the store? What
Uh,
crime did he commit?
she said, so if he stood there and got shot, whose fault would it be? They need to go to the police. You don't shoot someone for stealing.
No. And I agree. And allegedly, he did not shoot him for stealing. I don't know if you look at the facts, but the facts of the case was he shot him
Because
because he
he
said that
felt
he pointed a
fear.
gun at him.
He felt in fear of his life. Yeah.
Because he pointed a gun at him, not because he stole
Yeah.
water bottles.
Yeah.
So I agree, you shouldn't be stealing nobody for water bottles, but that's not what was said. I'm not even saying it's true. He might have been lying. I'm just telling you that's what the testimony says.
Right. They didn't charge him because his lawyer was able to convince a jury that
Exactly.
they were in enough fear for their life, and that is why they shot and killed this 14-year-old
DD,
boy.
DD, you got it. And that is exactly what it is. The court of law is not always who is innocent and who's guilty. It's a bunch of people in jail that are innocent. And guess what? There's a bunch of people on the street that is guilty, that had committed the crime, but they could not prove it. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So you got it. His lawyer was able to provide enough evidence or give enough of a case to show, hey, no, listen, this was what happened, and
Yeah.
that's what happens. Unfortunately, I mean, I'm
Yeah.
not. I don't know what really happened. DD, don't you know what I'm saying? I wasn't there.
Nobody knows what
You
really
know what I'm.
happened.
Except them two.
Yeah. And he's not alive to tell the
You're
story.
not allowed to tell the story.
And Mama said it's a crime because the boy left him and he chased him. That's why Mama said it's a crime
I
because
got you. I want you to tell me. You saying it's a crime don't make it a crime. I want you to just to substantiate your claim. You saying it's a crime? Tell me the crime he committed. And just saying just saying it's a crime don't make it a crime because there's no law. I don't know no crime for him walking out of that store and following that man. There's no
right, because
crime
he
in that.
wasn't. The man's not on trial for chasing him. The man was on trial because he said that
Shot
the
him.
boy had a gun and he was in fear
Right.
of his life. Mama
Exactly.
said a white jury. I'm sure.
Yeah. Well, I'm
I
not
don't know.
surprised about that. I wouldn't be surprised.
It's great. It's South Carolina. So
So I wouldn't be
anyway,
surprised.
all right, Fa. Appreciate you as always for hopping on. I know this was a
For
little
sure.
deep today. We'll get back into
Yeah, that
our
was heavy.
regular. I know you wasn't ready for this one today, but we're back at it. I had, sometimes I gotta kind of throw in a
Push it
little,
out.
you
Yeah.
know, different things. Mama said, "How is it justified?" You want to answer that, and then we can
I'll
go.
just say this. I don't know if it's justified or not. It explains why the man. I'm not justified means that I know the truth. I don't know if that boy actually pointed a gun at him or not. If the boy pointed a gun at him in if we in real life, then it would be justified. If the boy did not point the gun at him, then it wouldn't be justified. That's just as. But because I don't know if that which one actually happened, I can't tell you if it's justified or not. I don't know. I know that the lawyer had convinced a jury that that boy did point that. The only reason why that man is not in jail It's because his lawyer convinced a jury that that boy did point that gun at him.
And
That's
he
it.
was
It's just that simple.
in
That's
fear of
it.
his life. Yep.
That's what
Um,
happened.
Mama said I'm not buying it. I guess my final thought is if y'all for real about doing this, you need to do it across the board. Don't do it with one, Mr. Rick Chow. Do it across the board because all of them are for real. Don't like us to begin with.
And guess what? And if we're gonna do this, also look in the mirror and start teaching your kids to stop stealing out of stores because we also the perpetrators of this stuff too. These people, these kids, we not know how moral people that go around. No, we be stealing real bad.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Real bad.
that
It's
lady
disgusting.
ain't
And guess
sugarcoat.
what? I gotta deal with it too. When I go in the store, they look at me crazy. They be looking at yeah. And guess what? I don't look at them like they looking at me crazy. I look at them when they look at me crazy and saying it's because my people have done this so much that now every time they see somebody that look like me, they go in there. They think they stealing.
I didn't even think about it like that, but they do. They, baby, they sure do be thinking you stealing. They do will walk down
Yes,
that aisle with you. You
yes,
be
they
like,
do.
"Come
And
on,
sometimes it depends on the mood. I might make a joke like, "Nah, you can get
right?
off
Ain't
me,"
nobody coming here to steal nothing."
but I ain't gonna act like I don't understand why. You know what I mean? I can't play victim like that. I know
And
why.
and child, me and a boyfriend was in H&M one time. They done brought in one of them secret little
Yeah,
people.
secret shoppers.
Yeah,
Yeah,
secret
yeah.
little people that follow you around the store. I said, why is this man following? He followed because he thought we was nasty. And he was black too. I'm like, damn, that means
Mhm.
y'all own people too.
Yeah,
Mama said he will get his karma. All right, we'll do this tomorrow. Same time, 3 o'clock. Thank you, FA.
of
All right, y'all.
course.
I'll see y'all tomorrow.